Yes, indeed. What's going on, y'all? What's happening? Man, it is a Female Friday, and we got to talk about one of the queens of magazines, okay? We got to talk about one of the best editors stepping down in magazines, right? Now, I know what you're saying. Why is you talking about that white lady and you black? You should be supporting Ebony and Jet, which I do. Essence, which I do. I love all these magazines. But I'm not a hater either. And I'm not racist. Right? So I know when to give and show love when it's doing credit. Now you can't go without saying Miss Anna Wintour. Big salute to Miss Anna Wintour for being one of the greatest. She is one of the greatest editors of a magazine in history, because when you think about Vogue, now I know a lot of y'all who are hood rich and shit like that. You know, I know some of y'all know about Vogue. Even the hood rich know about Vogue magazine. But some of y'all who don't, you know what I'm saying, who not into fashion, not into, you know, the upper class with rich and wealthy, you know, the lifestyle, the rich and famous, you know, things that are elegant and cost a lot of money. You know, modeling, models, you dig what I'm saying, fashion, you know, lifestyles, cars, houses, homes, and shit like that. A lot of y'all who didn't never look at the magazine, probably not into that. And there's nothing wrong with that. That's not your thing. That ain't your judge. You dig what I'm saying? And I believe everybody should have their own judge, whether it's into that or not. That's on you. That's your life. Do what you do. But when I used to read the magazine and see the pictures and see the people that was in there, these people represented a lot of money and wealth and power and beauty, right? Now we of course we know Miss Anna Wintour is from another country. I think she's from, I want to say England. I want to say that maybe she's from England or London. Somebody could correct me on that, but for those of us who grew up like in a time where the Madonna, and I'm talking about Madonna, the pop star, the icon Madonna, made the song popular, Vogue. Now those of us who y'all put in the LGBT community, we remember back in them days, everybody used to Vogue and sashay around, and now they call it the death drop at this point because they've upgraded it from back then in the LGBTQ community. Now we know what Vogue meant. We know voguing. We used to see the little feminine guys, the little gay males. We used to see them voguing all the time in the club. So we understand what Vogue meant, and she made that song extremely popular back then. Vogue. Madonna. Shout out to Madonna. But when that magazine came in, which was around that era, and like I said, Madonna made that song. I don't know if that song was inspired by that magazine or not being started. I'm not sure. Or was it vice versa? But we do understand the importance of Vogue magazine, bro. You know, it's a upper, richer, wealthy lifestyle of the rich and famous and wealthy people magazine, bro. And it made an impact on the world for models, people who modeled in that magazine. It's a lot of history with that magazine. If to see her step down after all these years, I mean, hey man, it's just her time. You know, she built an empire off magazines, and shout out to her, because that inspired a lot of us. I wanted to have a magazine at one time too. So, I mean, a lot of us were inspired about people who started magazines, you know, as well as all my black magazines. Of course, I was inspired, still inspired by them too, to this day, even digital. You dig what I'm saying? But she is definitely one of the catalysts of that Vogue era, which was in the 80s. And I'm an 80s baby, right? So I understand that, how important that era and time was at that time. And now to see her stepping on down from it, she's done what she had to do. took over and she's the Vogue queen, okay? Vogue queen. Her and Madonna are the Vogue queen. Shout out to Anna Wintour. You know, we salute you and we appreciate you. What you did for the magazine game. You dig what I'm saying? Big salute. All right. Now, let's move on. Because now I'm seeing Mr. Offset, I'm seeing him now frolic his beautiful new boo, his new, as we call him in Atlanta, new, from the ATL movie. We call anybody who get with somebody new. You dig? But I see him with his new, you know, showing some camera footage and PDA. Now, I don't know if he putting on or not. I'm going to wish everybody the best. But, you know, I'm never going to stop saying what I said about him and his wife. Or his ex-wife to be. You know, we'll see. But I see them together. She's beautiful. He did his big one with that one. You know what I'm saying? She's a beautiful woman. Beautiful queen he got. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, big salute, much respect to everybody, all parties involved. My concern is just for the children. You know, that's it. You know, because adults going to be adults and they going to do adult shit. You know what I'm saying? Regardless. But my thing is, you know, for the children. You know what I'm saying? Because now what you have is they parents being split up, doing shit in the media and still married. Now, I'm not judging nobody. People do what they do. These people grown, right? But the children, how are these children going to see these things? You dig what I'm saying? And then you got to spend criminals over here, criminals over there, criminals over here, criminals over there. Thanksgiving over there, Thanksgiving over here. See what I'm saying? These are things the children have to be involved with. See what I'm saying? You know, that's why a lot of times, as you get older, and I understand the age range of Cardi B right now and Offset, they are not quite in their 40s yet, right? These are 30-something-year-old minds thinking right now. They still young a little bit, right? And still doing their thing. But when you get to be a little older, right? You get in your 40s, you start to see the broader picture. Not just about who you want to sleep with, lay down with, you know what I'm saying? It's all good to fantasize and all that. That's great. Okay? But when you start getting feelings involved and you start really getting involved with people, you can do what you want to. I'm not saying not to do what you want, because people gonna do what they want. You do what you feel. And I still believe in that. You want to sleep with that person, you feel like they safe, go do it. Fine, cool. But when you start getting your feelings involved, it's something different. Okay? Especially if you got children. You dig what I'm saying? It become a whole different animal. And it take on a whole different meaning and vibe. You dig what I'm saying? And you have to think about them children. Alright? So anyway, like I say, my thoughts is with the children. I mean, happiness to everybody, all parties involved, man. You dig what I'm saying? You know, but if you're going to do something, man, you know, you got to consider your children first, bro. You dig? But everybody got to grow into that stage. So they in their gestation of growing. You know, I guess they ain't going to be together. Maybe not. We'll see. You know, we're going to give it about a year to see. You know, like I told y'all before, if they not divorced by the end of this year, we're going to have to pay attention to that. Because y'all know, spending time and days and hours with somebody, being married to them, you know what I'm saying? And you got kids too with them. That's a lot of bondage. That's a lot of bonding that two people have created with each other. And it just don't go away just cause you angry or you feel some type of way, bro. It don't go away like that. It don't. Even when you have raised somebody else's children and been with that person. I know personally, I'm telling you from personal experience, that the feelings it takes years, bro, to get rid of that shit. To cut ties and to cut their goddamn emotional connection to that person. I'm telling you. Because you could be spiritually married to somebody without marrying them on paper. So it takes a long time for you to disconnect from that. It don't just go away because you mad as fuck and you over here fucking somebody else or sleeping with them. Telling you this shit takes time. Anyway, I'm gonna get on off here because it ain't my story, it's theirs, okay? But I'm just saying, for those that may be married to somebody who they thinking about divorcing, but you got kids and you got a chick on the side, she got a nigga on the side, whatever it is on the side, you gotta think about putting your pride to the side and think about your children first, okay? And how they're going to be affected and hurt to see their mom and daddies doing things to hurt each other purposely, okay? Let's just think about the children, all right? Anyway, I'm gonna get on off here, man. It's a For Real Friday, man. And hey, when you get these soul ties and connection with these people, this shit get real for real, man. Don't play with it and don't play with your children. You did what I'm saying?